Peter Racer here from the Brisbane Tennis Trail YouTube channel, and I'm doing a bit of a special update for Roy and Joy Emerson on the 14th of May, which is important, as you can see behind me. And the update is to enable Roy and Joy to get an appreciation of the progress that's been made in the development of the Roy Emerson Museum. Now, next weekend is an election, and behind me is a graffitied local member election sign. Above is the new Blackbutt Town tourist sign, which is very impressive. And it's raining, as you can see. So let's move on the 14th of May 2022. And the town's a hum of activity almost every weekend now, preparing for tourists coming up the Blackbutt to ride the Brisbane Valley Rail Trail. And as you can see, improvements are being made, and at the present stage almost constantly, to the township. Now, I'm not sure, Roy, when you were up here last, whether this section of the rail trail actually had a name. It's now called the McCallum-Allery section of the Brisbane Valley Rail Trail. And within the car park, you'll see that the gardening support group of the museum have really been very active. I mean, the gardens are phenomenal, but the attention to detail now extends out to the entrance. I bet almost any money, Roy, when you were a kid, didn't see rain up here in the Blackbutt area quite as heavy as what it is. But how beautiful are these gardens? We're going to come back later in the day to really get a good appreciation of the work that's gone on as we look at the show that's on later today. So, Joy and Roy, you won't believe this, but the rain has meant that the show's been washed out, so that all that is open is the pavilion, and there's free entry. But I'll just do a quick run around so you can get a bit of a feel, because it probably will bring back fond memories, I would have thought. Picture part of it, kids' drawings from the Benarkan State School and others. Blackbutt State School. And there are lots of winning ribbons everywhere, which is good to see. And as I said, a real good mix of vegetables, some beautiful artwork. And so that's the Blackbutt show this year, 2022. So Joy, what I think you might find of interest is this beautiful garden that's been developed over the last few years, which is sandwiched between the showgrounds down that way and the Roy Emerson Museum down that way, and directly opposite is the relocated Blackbutt Hall, which from recollection was relocated on site but was not open when the statue was unveiled. Just another little example of how the township's going ahead in leaps and bounds. So good morning, Roy. It's the 16th of May, a Monday, and the museum is open, as you can see behind me. And we can get inside and you can have a look at the initiatives that have been undertaken to ensure that the legacy of Roy Emerson is well and truly in the Queensland lore. So Roy, we've come inside. Some of this will be familiar to you, but what I think you will find surprising is how well organised it is now. And in large part, that can be attributed to Erica, who's running away from the camera pan. And I'll just talk to a couple of special things before the final part. So Roy, this is a gift by Chris Freeman and Ken Laffey to the museum to celebrate your 50th anniversary win of the Australian doubles in 1969 with Rod Laver. And it is a timber racket made in 2019, and it's edition number 50, so completely and utterly appropriate. So lastly, Roy, one of the new additions to the collection is this trophy, which was the Wendy Turnbull Trophy for Tourism, which was won by Hugh Lunn, and as it happens me, for the work on the Brisbane Tennis Trail. And I have just donated to the museum 2 signed books by Hugh, which are the books in his large collection of books that he's written that deal with the era that you are so well connected to. So Roy, that is an update for you in this 2022 year. And Roy, Erica's just pointed out to me that the museum won this Australia Day award in 2018 for an Australia Day function, but which featured your statue.